Hey guys, Mansour guys, I'm going to give you guys my match review of Real Madrid 2, Barcelona 1. Now for me, this is a game in which I honestly am very gutted. This is such a frustrating loss to take in because in my opinion, I thought we played okay. I thought we played decent. I don't know, I don't think we were worthy enough to get the victory today because I think Madrid played well, Real played well. But at the end of the day, man, we lost. And now this is the first time in history Real Madrid have done the double. Let's go look at the post-match insights real quick coming into this. Where's the insights? Out of the show here. Madrid secured the first league double. Yeah, over to that. Dang, guys. And I honestly believe for me, we saw how Real Madrid, when the pressure comes to them, they always seem to deliver. And that's a thing that Barcelona can never do. I honestly don't believe Barcelona had that kind of same mentality as Real Madrid, which is very frustrating and very sad. So we'll do the player ratings, of course. We'll talk about some of the big moments and give you guys my whole 2 cents, my whole opinion on this whole thing, and my hot takes on this game. Let's start with the lineup. Let's start with Marc-Andre ter Stegen on the day, and I'll also share my opinion on the Real Madrid players who I thought played well, who I didn't really think who was their best player, whatsoever. Marc-Andre ter Stegen for me today, I thought he didn't really play particularly too well today. He did play well, don't get me wrong. I think he had that great save to make. Other than that, though, I think the first goal was definitely preventable for sure. And I think for me, ter Stegen, Real Madrid, they never really threatened us much in the second half. So I think he made 2 saves, actually, not 1 save. I think he made a save from Marcelo and I think from Valverde, if I'm not mistaken. So overall, I didn't think ter Stegen was amazing. He wasn't bad, but, he was all right. So there we go. Oscar Mingueza, I thought was the best player for us today. He scored a very, very crucial goal for us, and unfortunately, it wasn't quite enough for us to make the comeback. However, he was a very significant part in giving us hope that we can maybe do it, So I'm going to give credit to him, of course. I'm going to give him a 7.5. I thought he was the best player. He was taking players on. He was getting to the box. He was trying to make things happen. He was becoming basically our striker in the second half. And I honestly think he showed a lot of commitment and showed a lot of character. Ronald Araujo, in my opinion, today, I thought he played well. Yes, some would say that first goal he could have done better, but I think that was more just down to how brilliant Benzema was and how good Benzema, how intelligent Benzema was. And let's be real, guys, Araujo, this is his first game back in a long time. So, like I said, I don't think it's quite fair to blame. And I think it might be the lack of inexperience he might have in this kind of game, which I will get onto a little later. I think that did cost him a bit. So I'm going to give Araujo a 6.5. I think he did try his best. Longley for me today, I think he was okay. I thought he was all right. Some people would say Longley for me, Longley could have prevented the first goal to some extent, which is probably true. But at the same time, Longley is still Longley. So I'm going to give him a 6. Okay. Serginho Dest wasn't really that good today, in my opinion. He looked kind of poor in the first half. Some would say that goal we did score, the goal that Real Madrid scored, the second goal, it did come off of him, and then obviously we know what happened, Alba on the line. So I still think he was okay, but not really that good. So I'm going to give Dest probably a 6 there. Busquets, in my opinion, was all right. I think he had a decent game, but I think that first goal we could have done better with the marking, especially. As well. So yeah, I'm gonna give Busquets probably 6. Frankie de Jong, I think he was okay. He was making good runs, but it was nice to see him play in his natural position. So yeah, I'm gonna give Frankie de Jong a 7 probably. Jordi Alba for me, I think those 2 goals were definitely on him. I think the first goal, like that, basically that run from Valverde, he should have been able to stop Valverde, and it goes to show you guys that his lack of pace basically is what Valverde, because Valverde speeded past him. Valverde sped a pass from him. Alba could not mark him, and that's why they were able to score that goal. So with that link-up play with Lucas Vazquez and that brilliant ball from Vazquez to Benzema to make it 1-0. The second goal, Alba could have cleared off the line. Of course, he didn't. So although he did get the assist for us for that goal, so it's there and there. But at the same time, guys, as I told you guys before, Alba, for me, sucks defensively. I am going to say that right now, guys. I've already said that this season that regardless of his attacking number and his attacking output, we need to get a new left back soon because he cannot be a very good first choice for us. and the foreseeable future. We need a new left back that can play well, attacking wise and defensively. Because in my opinion, today, I think those 2 goals were kind of preventable to some extent. So yeah, and I think Pedri's the one that committed the foul. Actually, we'll get into Pedri later. So yeah, I think Alba for me, I'm going to give Alba probably a 5. I think he was actually I'm going to give Alba a 6. But just note that he had a mixed bag. Pedri for me today, I thought he played poor. He didn't really live up to the El Clasico. I thought he was probably one of the worst players today. He did give away a foul in a very dangerous position. I think Pedri had the lack of inexperience, and I just think that he was getting too much tired, too much fatigue, and I just don't think Pedri was really ready for this kind of big game. So yeah, I'm going to give Pedri a 5. Messi, I thought was one of the best. Messi, I thought was one of the better players today. He had a really good chance to score from the corner kick that hit the post. Unfortunately, Messi's streak of not scoring El Clasico does continue. And yeah, Messi, man, it was very frustrating for Messi that day. So yeah, I'm going to give Messi probably a 7. And that's, yeah. And then Dembele for me was very disappointing. He could have done better with that chance he had. And that's pretty much it. So I'm going to give Dembele a 6 there. Let's talk about some of the subs real quick. And then we'll talk about Koeman real quick as well. So the subs that I want to talk about, we got Alex Mereba and Antoine Griezmann and Ronald Koeman. Let's start with Griezmann. Griezmann for me today, he did provide some impact because, like I said, he did do that little dummy there, which did bamboozle the players, and that allowed Mingueza to score. So I thought that was kind of clever on his part for doing that. But other than that, I didn't think he was that great, whatsoever. So I'm going to give Griezmann probably a 6 there. Mereba, he had a very, very good chance to score just at the end, and unfortunately hit the crossbar. So obviously, it wasn't really there to be. So I'm going to give Mereba a very good effort, a 6 for decent try. And now to Koeman. I think Koeman for me today, I think he started the strongest possible lineup possible. But I think the problem with Koeman was that I think he was a bit too predictable. And I think we saw that Zidane, he anticipated this and made a very, very big change in starting Federico Valverde, who, in my opinion, changed this game. I think Valverde, for me, was very, very important, And I think, for me, Koeman, he didn't... I think if Koeman had reverted back to the 4-3-3, I think Real Madrid would have been surprised to some extent. I think we would have been able to take advantage of that because I think we played very well in the 4-3-3 in the second half. That's what really we played well. But it's this first half, man, that cost us this game. First half, in my opinion, basically costed this game, and that's the reason why we lost this game. Because if we had started better in the first half, I think we could have possibly got a draw or even won this game. Okay, so that's why I think about it. So for me, Koeman, it's tough. How do I put this to words? I think Koeman, for me, I can't blame him for those starting 11. I think he did the best starting 11 possible. Personally, I think those substitutes were a bit interesting. I would have brought on Griezmann. I think Griezmann at the halftime was a good change. I personally would not have taken Dest off. I personally would have taken Pedri off. I think Pedri should have been taken off, or even Dembele to some extent. Braithwaite, I can understand that. That's a good change. Trincao, I can understand it's a good change. I don't know why Roberto came on. That was not a good idea. And Mereba came on. I think that was a good idea. I personally would have brought on Ricky Puig. I think Ricky Puig should have came on. And so, yeah, man, like I said, man, I'm going to give Koeman probably a 6 there. Like I said, I just didn't think Koeman had enough intelligence. I didn't think Koeman was that brave for him to do that. And I'm so glad Koeman did not start Gerard Piqué or Sergio Roberto in this game, because if he had done that, it would have been a very, very bad idea. So thank God he did not do that. So, as I said, though, I still think for me, for Real Madrid, some of their best players, we'll talk about them. I'm not going to talk about everyone because, I was more focused on Barcelona, but I do want to mention some of Real Madrid's players. Of course, Benzema, I thought was very good on the day. Obviously, scored that goal for them. It was very important. I thought Cruz was pretty good as well. He was partly responsible for the second goal as well. I would say Federico Valverde was a very big player for them. I didn't think Vinicius had a good game. And Lucas Vazquez, he came off as well. I think Vazquez had a good game as well, provided an assist. Casemiro, I didn't think he really had a good game. Courtois, though, was pretty good. I thought Courtois was actually one of the reasons why Real Madrid actually won this game, because he was very important for them in goal. And we could see how good his shot-stopping ability is. And yeah, man, so I think that's pretty much it from the Real Madrid player. Let's talk about some of the big moments in the game. So the first goal came in from Real Madrid, and it was a it was a good run from Federico Valverde, who skins past all the Barca players. He finds Vazquez on the right flank, and Vazquez makes a great pass in for Benzema, who does a little nice back heel finish to make it 1-0. Some would say Ter Stegen could do better, which I did mention. I think he could have possibly done better. The second goal came in from a foul from Pedri, I believe, just outside the box. And Toni Kroos goes for the delivery. Serginho, I think it bounces off. It takes a deflection on Serginho Dest, and then it goes to Jordi Alba. Jordi Alba can't clear it. He could clear the ball out the line, and of course he doesn't. And it gives Real Madrid a 2-0 lead just before the stroke, 30th minute. And it was a big goal. It was a big 2-0 lead, and I think Barca had some chances, of course. I think the corner from, as I said, from Messi, I think was there. Let me go see what else from there was from the first half. Let's go look at that real quick. And then there's a big chance for Real to make it 3-0, as I said. Messi's loan at the far post. Chest down, Dembele cross shoots low. Courtois comes across. Another angle to make a vital stop for Madrid. That's all for now, Messi, Madrid have largely neutralized Barcelona units at the right end of the half, where Barca came to life. Benzema gave Madrid the lead with a cute back heel finish before Kroos made it 2. Madrid nearly went further ahead, hitting the woodwork through Valverde. Yes, I did talk about that. Valverde had a good chance to score before Messi kissed the post himself and forced Courtois to make an important save. More after the break. So yeah, like I said, guys, that's pretty much the first half in entirety. Second half, as you can see right there, Serginho Dest came off and Griezmann came on. That was a big change indeed. And let's talk about this goal. So the first goal for Real Barca came through, basically it was through Jordi Alba. Jordi Alba sends a cross in for Mingueza, and Mingueza meets it unmarked to dump it in. Like I said, that Griezmann dummy I thought was very important there. Jordi Alba and Mingueza would score in the 60th minute, And at this point, I'm just like to myself, okay, after the first half, I didn't think we would come back, but I did think we'd be able to pull a goal, but I didn't think we'd be able to have enough to make a comeback because of how poor the first half was. Now, I will be good to say this right now, guys. Zidane, those changes he made nearly costed Real Madrid this game because, like I said before, guys, those changes he made for Benzema, Valverde, I thought was very crazy. I think that almost costed them this game to some extent. And some would say there were some potential penalty claims for Barcelona as well. The one on Martin Braithwaite. And let me see, where's another penalty incident? Let's see there. There was another penalty incident, I think. I'm not actually sure where the other penalty incident is, but I know that one for Barca came there, Let's see. Wow, okay. It doesn't say here for some reason. So, like I said, I think there's that, and then let's see what else is to discuss. So that's pretty much it for the entirety match of itself. So, like I said, I think there were some big moments. If there's any big moments, please tell me in the comments below because it probably is. I probably missed some, just because of how crazy this match was. I still think this was an exciting match. This was an exciting match, and we put all the pressure on in the second half. Had to just take it when everyone went up to score and. Brigham, man, he was so close to make it 2-2, man. And I think Trincao is the one that inadvertently blocked his shot. So I think if Trincao had done that, we might have been able to get a draw. But it's only the pass. And I think this was a game that we were very unlucky in. Like I said, I think this was a game of two halves. I think Real played very well in the first half. We played very well in the second half, and I really wish the score ended 2-2 because I think 2-2 draw would have been a good scoreline. I think it would have been a fair scoreline, and I would have been content with that. And it would have given us a good boost and would put the title in our hands. But now, because of this result, it does mean that Real Madrid have done the double, and that now the title is in their hands for Real Madrid. And that basically, you look at the next couple of fixtures for Real, and it's looking very much easier compared to Atletico, which I did look into their remaining matches yesterday in the match preview. We're not going to look into that too much, but it does put Real Madrid a very, very good position to win the league. Do I still think we could win the league? Possibly we can, but it's going to be tough. We're going to need Real to drop points, and we're going to need them to drop because, like I said before, guys, if we go on to win all remaining games, they go on to win all the remaining games, it would only be a solitary point, that difference. And like I said before, guys, we cannot use the head-to-head because they've beaten us on both times, so we're going to need to beat them by points. Like head-to-head will not help us in this case because head-to-head favors them. So yeah, guys, a big win for Real Madrid. Congratulations to Zinedine Zidane, who's won yet another El Clasico, and we have failed to win our last 4 El Clasico, guys. This is just getting very sad. And I'm really hoping we could fix up next season because, like I said, guys, there was a lot of issues that we saw today. And I think that first half for me is what basically costed us the match, So I'm glad to see we did play well in second half. But yeah, man, it was a match that put me a lot of frustration. It's a tough loss to take in. For any Real Madrid fans, congratulations for the win. I wish it ended a draw because I think a draw would have been a fair scoreline, But at the same time, guys, it is what it is. So hope you guys are big guys. Remember to comment, subscribe, check out my description below for my Twitter, Discord, and my email. And I'll see you guys later. Peace out.